What's up, YouTube? So you're gonna see me again in this video because I have to go into some explaining for what actually happened, because this is actually the most action-packed day, so I didn't really get a lot of in-the-moment stuff, but I'm gonna give you guys all the stories and everything, so bear with me. I just want to let you know that, ladies, if you like the camo I'm wearing, it is Azyre Gear. I'll put a link below. It's been linked in every video so far as well in the description box. Definitely check it out. Subscribe to the newsletter. It's launching soon for pre-order. All the items will be here in September. It's a custom camo pattern, custom designs made by women for women. It's a great camo. I love it. Like, one of the first camo companies to legit get women's camo right. So I'm really excited to be wearing it and working with them. Enjoy the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And like I said, get ready for some storytelling. What's up, guys? Early morning at the trailhead by 5 a.m. Gonna take this away from my face so I don't have to stare at the light. But yeah, we're getting ready to go hiking right now. Long hike, kind of steep in this new spot, but I'm excited. Hopefully we'll get on some bulls. I have a good feeling about today. Alright guys, so here's some info on what happened. First thing in the morning, Eric and I went on this really long straight uphill hike. It took forever. We were at the trailhead at 5 a.m. and it was pretty good weather. It got really cold before the sun came up, as it typically does in the desert. But right before the sun came up, as we were looking at our clocks and saying the sun was about to rise in about 15 minutes, we started hearing bugles like crazy. So we weren't going to keep going up that way. We were like, we need to do something, make some moves on these bugles now. Right away, we spotted a nice 5-point with a couple cows pretty far away. Then we heard some closer bugles, and we could tell one was a smaller bull, and we thought for sure we'd be able to make a move on them. So, better take a breath. So, sure enough, we go in, we set up, and we're hiking up this mountain pretty fast now. Have our bows in our hands and everything. We set up, Eric's calling, cow calling and bugling, set up probably about 20-30 yards behind me. I'm set up behind this tree. I'm ranging every tree in front of me, every rock, so that if something does come in, I'm ready and I know what range it is, because oftentimes you don't have time to range in the moment. You just got to pull back and shoot. So I have a 20 rock, a 30 bush, a 40 bush, a 50 bush. I know all the ranges. I'm ready to go. We called for probably about 10-15 minutes, and I did see one cow moving up a ways, and then I did start to hear something coming in silent. I just heard him moving around in the woods and trees breaking, and my heart was starting to race. It was really cold. We were in the shade. The sun had just come up, and I was shivering, not from adrenaline, straight up from how cold it was, because I had no gloves on, because I was ready to shoot. Everything was good to go. And sure enough, he comes in, and I'm just praying. I'm like ready to shoot this thing, because it's going to be a perfect shot right there in the open in front of me. And sure enough, when he pops out of the oak brush so I can see his antlers, just a little spike. And you can't shoot spikes in this unit. It has to be 4 points or more, or a 5-inch brow tine. So because of that, I couldn't shoot him, and I watched him come down the little hill, walk right out in front of me at 20 yards. Never knew Eric or I were there. So that was really cool. That was the first experience. After that didn't work, we were both kind of bummed that it was a spike, but we were also like, that was really, really fun. And then we started hearing more bugles, so we decided to make a move on those bugles we were hearing, and we literally popped over the hill like 2 minutes after this happened and saw a nice 5-point bull bugling at us. And we were bugling back, and he was coming right to us. We set up real quick. Once he was out of sight, I snuck up to this tree, thick oak brush, and he was coming in. I thought he was going to come from this way, and I was looking all around, and then I actually saw him about 80 yards to the other way. So I had to change my position, get there. I'm ready to go. Same thing. I had ranged all the trees, ready to go. And he came to that 80 yards point where I could literally just see the tips of his antlers, and he never came in anymore. And I could see that he was just looking past us, like he was looking for an actual elk. That was the problem. And what happened was he had cows, and his cows went straight down the drainage. So because of that, he was kind of wanting to go with his cows, but he was also wanting to investigate us, but he just never made it past that like 80-90 yard mark because there were no actual elk there, and he was just smarter than the little Spike, which is obvious because he was a bigger bull. And I so wish he would have come in. That would have been so fun, but it didn't happen. After that, we ended up meeting up with some of Eric's friends. We took a nap. I actually had a crazy migraine that day, and I think it was from being in pursuit of the elk, holding my bow so much. I got a neck injury in 2017. Last year, it really affected me hunting to the point where holding my bow and hunting every day, elk hunting in Idaho, put me in debilitating pain all the time. It was awful, absolutely awful. This year I've been way better. This is the first time it happened, and I really think it was just from pursuing the elk so much and holding that bow. Anything that strains my neck, even though the bow is not that heavy, sometimes I put it over my neck, sometimes I hold it. Anything that possibly strains it or puts weight on it has the ability to hurt it. So that being said, I did have a really bad migraine all day. It was a long day, but the next day I woke up and I was fine. Anyway, we took a nap because it was hot during the day. There wasn't any more action. The bulls stopped piping off about 10:30, but we were constantly making moves on them the whole time. By 10:30, we had hiked like 6.9 miles. So that shows you we were like hustling in pursuit of elk all the time. It was so fun. After the nap, after meeting up with Eric's friends, we made a game plan to hit this canyon. They went like kind of one way, we went another way. We ended up getting on one bull that night, like almost getting on him. He was on the top of this thick oak brush ridge, and we just kept coming up the bottom and bugling, and he would always bugle back, and he always felt like he was right there. But the problem was he was going up the ridge, we were coming down the ridge. And even though we were holding him up and he was around and investigating and sounded real close, his goal was to move up that ridge. So we just could never close the gap. And then boom, 7:35, legal shooting light is over and it's dark. And Eric and I had like a 3-hour hike in the death oak brush in the pitch black. It was really rough. Still had that headache. It was probably one of the tougher hiking days just as far as miles. Like it wasn't necessarily like hard hiking. It wasn't like the other spots where we're hiking up and over down timber all the time, which was really hard. It was a lot of straight up or steady incline and just a lot of miles. So it was a hard day for sure. I went right back to bed when we got back to the jumping jack. Eric cooked some elk tenderloins from his elk earlier in the year. But all in all, it was super fun. It was a great day. It was the first day we were actually on elk and calling elk in this whole trip, so it was so fun. And these are the days that you look back at and you're just like, regardless of shooting an elk that day, like that was a blast. It's so fun to just hear them, be in them, make moves on them. It was a great day. And I know I've been storytelling a lot and talking your guys' ears off. I'm sorry. Like I said, in the moment, we were just constantly doing things, so I could not take a break and be like, hey, this is what's going on, because we were just constantly chasing elk up and down the mountain. It was a really great day. That being said, tomorrow, episode 7 is going to be the last elk hunting video. So if you haven't watched 1 through 6, make sure you've watched every video so far. Go ahead and watch the finale tomorrow. It's another great day, great action with elk. It's really fun. I'm not going to tell you guys what happened, so you're just going to have to watch it. And as always, you guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe. YouTube tells me how many of my watchers are subscribed to me, and a lot of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, and it's probably just a mistake, but hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a ton. We just hit 25,000 subscribers, so that's awesome. Thank you so much to you guys. If you didn't know, I started YouTube kind of just for fun. Didn't really have any expectations out of it. and now it's my passion. It's what I'm able to do for a living. I work hard to make these videos. I'm still in school full-time. I'm a senior though, so I'll be graduating in May, which is awesome. But yeah, this is my passion. This is what I do for a living. You subscribing, liking, commenting on my videos, supporting my links and my discount codes and my sponsors helps me out a ton. You guys are amazing. I hope all your elk hunts are going well, and we will see you on the next video, episode 7, the finale. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Have a great day.